You know what's kind of absurd that I've been thinking about lately? Is I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time, 2-3 weeks ago. And I've immediately become like freaking enamored with it. Just like I've been in love with the game my whole life. Isn't that crazy? You have the most dope room. Thanks, dude. Like it's almost funny, right? MGS4 is a good stopping point because it includes the arc that you're in, Peace Walker, and continue Naked Snake stories. So okay. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I don't know. Maybe we will go into 4. Maybe we will do 4. I mean, my original plan was to do 1, and if 1 goes well, then I'll do 2 and 3, and then I'll take a break. But I mean, everything's just kind of snowballing. It's been a really good time, dude. It's been a very good time playing these games. Okay, so guys, everybody say hi, YouTube. Everybody say hi, YouTube. We are playing Metal Gear Solid 3 today. We are doing the final part of the game, like the last boss fight, and like an hour of cutscenes. I got to a bad stopping point, unfortunately, yesterday. We had kind of a bad stopping point. I don't really like doing that, but it was just kind of the happenstance of me, to be honest, my fault, starting stream a little bit late, and then also overcommitting to doing like the talent show and everything, which I think the talent show went great. But it was just kind of overcommitting to doing too many things. But yeah. So, guys, if you're new here, by the way, make sure to follow the stream. If you guys are new here, download the extension, exclamation point extension. You guys can keep up with everything, all the updates, everything on YouTube. Exclamation point extension, Google Chrome extension, Firefox extension. There's like a ton. There's like 8,000 people that have it. You can get alerts for whenever I change sections, even, so you always know what's going on. It's really good. So yeah. No, not these nuts extension. That doesn't even make sense, Miss Gambit. Or Queen Gambit. It is Google Chrome or Firefox extension. Thank you. You know, Esfand is so corporate. What do you mean? The hell are you talking about, Nugs? Oh, it's 70 bits. Charles, I haven't missed you. Dude. Thanks, dude. I was going to say, where's your 7 bits? I was just going to ask, where's your 7 bits? Like, what are you talking about? Thanks for the 70 bits, dude. Okay, chat, time to get to work. Metal Gear Solid 3, let's do this. You've killed more people in Metal Gear Solid 3 than I did in the whole franchise. Can you do Metal Gear Solid 4 with proper stealth? I do play proper stealth. I play Texas stealth. Remember that jump back to YouTube? Dude, I'll yeah, right. If they pay me, great. But damn, let me tell you, I'm completely dead on YouTube. It is bad. I'm considering completely throwing away my YouTube channel and starting a new YouTube channel. I don't know what I need to do. I will do anything to figure it out because it is completely demoralizing doing anything on YouTube. Like, I actually get depressed looking at my YouTube channel. I don't know how I completely died on YouTube.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night.
Farm with Booba? I don't think that's good. I don't even like farming with Booba. I don't like Coomer content. And I feel like there's a lot of people on YouTube that don't like it either.
What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life.
Last time of this intro, true. This song is so good.
In my time, there'll be no one else.
It's so good, dude.
Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal that tries to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor.
My mom heard the intro and said, "Oh, Esfand is live." That is too funny.
In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to view. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Nice. So good. So good. We had to enjoy it for the last time. Okay. Is he gonna play Metal Gear Solid 4? Yes. I haven't decided if I'm gonna play it after or not. But like directly after or not. But I will play it at some point. I just have to kind of map it out. Oh man, chat, and let me tell you, my jaw is killing me today. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's good to like wrap up the story arc of 1 to 4. So yeah. Feel better? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dude, remember whenever we were at TwitchCon, Kelly was saying she did a cosplay of Eva. This is the picture of it. Or one of them. Of Metal Gear cosplay. Or Eva cosplay for Metal Gear. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. But yeah. Ocelot. You could do it better. Well, obviously, I mean, of course, you know, but Kelly did pretty good. So second place is okay. Yeah, exactly. What's up, Kelly? Okay, let's go ahead and get it started. Do you think when Ocelot has sex, he helicopters his dick around beforehand? Yes. Dude, this game is way too horny at the end. Like, it ramps up like crazy. How's it going, Kobe? Is your first go? I mean, I had it before. Dude, it's not that bad at all.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm literally getting camped. What? She like camped me at the start.
Move or you're dead.
Okay, so this is what I did yesterday. I still don't know how to do this fight. Man, this is such like a... I feel like I need to watch the cutscene again. I feel like I need to watch the cutscene before this again. To lead us into it. Cutscene. Cutscene before the boss fight MGS3. Okay, we're gonna watch this again to kind of get us into it.
Come on, Snake. We made it.
Best boom a month yet. Thanks for all the great content.
10 minutes, that's fine. And we can also get our pre-rolls up too. A lot of you guys already saw this, but this will be a good reminder. Yeah, Eva's an ass, and she started running after I had to carry her around the whole place.
I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay? Promise me.
You know what the best part about the Spanish subtitles are? Just like the exclamation point is a upside down and a right side up exclamation. It's just like, huh? It's like why does it need to tell you that he's exclaiming?
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When
Thank you guys for the
life ends,
subs.
it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long
Thank you,
time.
Gaming Noob Dad, 37 months.
Waiting for your birth, your growth,
Thanks, our Darkstar.
and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole.
Este mundo era uno.
But with the end of the Second World
tras
War,
el
the
final.
philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart.
I actually need so that's Spanish. Nice.
The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well.
Dude, I should learn how to speak Spanish.
The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it.
I should stream
Enemies change
Mavis
along
Beacon
with the
teaches Spanish or
times,
something.
The flow of the ages. And we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. We'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future. In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space. 3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data, so they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history
Guzu, thank you for the raid. What's up, dude? Dude, Guzu, we didn't get to hang out enough at TwitchCon.
As it appeared from space.
Dude, I'm not even joking. I was thinking about this last night. I was like, damn, I didn't get to hang out with Guzu enough at TwitchCon. But it was so good to see you, dude. Thank you for the raid, man. It was really good to see you. September 26th, Wrath. It's gonna be good. Thank you for the raid, Guzu. Guys, we're finishing Metal Gear Solid 3 today. We're just watching the last cutscene before the final boss fight before we play. But yeah, it's gonna be good. We're very excited. Thank you, Guzu. Thank you so much, man.
That's when it finally...
Also, I have major jaw tooth pain the last 2 days. It came out of nowhere, and I'm like in crazy pain. So today probably is not gonna be that long of a stream. But I just wanted to go live to at least play Metal Gear Solid 3 and finish it for you guys. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. It all depends on how bad it hurts.
Hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle.
I have COVID. I can't go to the
US
dentist.
and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that. But the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century, everyone will be able to see that we are all just inhabitants of a little celestial body called Earth.
Maybe it is lymph
A
nodes.
world without communism or capitalism, that is the world I wanted to see. But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos. It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country. But the US government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence. I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground. Then, 2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. He was ago. I was driven 2 years ago.
Let me go. I'm gonna go get some
Better
ibuprofen
soon.
just to make it through stream. I'll be right back. And I'm doing commercial break time anyway. I'll be right back. Check it out.
Then, 2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission.
The mission.
The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers.
It's all about the mission, chat.
Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wise Men's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wise Men's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The Sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers. Look at this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all. No hatred, not even regret.
I don't know if it like explicitly said this yet.
I can still feel the pain creeping up inside
But it's
me,
pretty clear that like Snake
slithering
is
through my body.
Snake
like
is
a
her son.
snake.
Like that's pretty clear. But did it specifically say that? Because
I've never
Volgan
talked
even
this much
says
about
son of the
myself
boss.
before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me.
Earlier.
I feel content. Snake, commence the operation.
Do we tell him? Okay, then don't tell me. Don't tell me. That's just what I know. That is my
I
inference.
raised you.
And don't tell me.
I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, Miggs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
All right, boys, it's game time.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me.
Okay, here we go, Chad. It's game time. All right. So I still have to find out how to beat her. I have not really figured it out just yet. I was kind of getting my ass beat yesterday for a little bit and we did the talent show. So, I don't really know what to do, but did she see me?
Where did you go?
I feel like I have to use some degree of stealth. I mean, definitely like mentions the snow in the cutscene.
Where are you? Where did you go?
Okay, that was an accident.
He's gone. I found you.
I feel like this is not the proper way to do this. Let's see.
I found you.
Where is she? I can't even see her. Okay, this strat sucks ass. I don't think this is the way to do it. But man, part of me feels like I am supposed to use the sniper. Oh. Yeah, I think this is the play. Because if I went up to her in melee,
Water is not
thank you, Kilroy. Frick! I accidentally shot. Wait, can she? So if she sees me, she doesn't get hit by the bullets. Isn't that weird? Or am I just missing?
There you are. It's really nice.
Ah, okay. Dude, it's actually like, kind of hard to do the pressure sensitive. Oh wait,
There you are.
So the reason why I was shooting on accident was pressure sensitivity. But I don't actually need it. I can just hold the trigger, the left trigger. Wait, this is super easy. Yesterday I thought this fight sucked ass before I figured it out. I just have to sit here and do this.
You've gotten strong.
5 more minutes.
Wait, we already burned 5 minutes?
Here I come.
Okay. What?
Run quick. Brace yourself.
Wait, how am I? Can it? How am I supposed to fight her? I have to remember the basics of CQC. Because if she just runs at me, then I'm effed.
There he is. There you are.
You know what? F this, dude.
3 more minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Here I come.
No! Stop! Oh! Bitch!
Darkness and silence.
Hell yeah, that was sick.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh! That worked again! I'm owning!
Searching you're so
Oh!
for honor for you.
Hell yeah!
Here I
Look
come.
at Harry God. Ah, frick. I got bitched.
Move or you're dead.
Where is she?
Here I come.
Okay, I got a kite.
On a tree frog,
Oh, this is it. This is the kill right here.
that try to survive. On a day we see new
Nice. Hell yeah. Sick. That was actually badass, dude. That was sick. That was actually sick. I was so confused yesterday.
Take this. Keep it safe.
Is that Cheese the last boss? Wait, was that Cheese?
Only
How come every time I kill every boss, you guys say I cheesed it? That's the way that I naturally figure out how to do it.
A patriot. Why are you giving me this?
Jack,
That was the normal way to do it? Oh.
or should I say, Snake. You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it.
Yeah, I put on the makeup for the camouflage.
There's only room for one boss and one snake.
I'm holding R1. Did I do it? Did I kill her? Why is he waiting so long? Do I do it? It's not letting me. I miss Shannon. It's not letting me. Oh, it did it. Wait, bad ending? I didn't do it until I did this. I was spamming square, it wasn't working. The snow turns red. It's the trigger? How come they changed the button for one? There's the sorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, wait, that was it. That's the R1. So she left with the sorrow. Wait, what? That lipstick, don't judge. I had to do it for camouflage. Esfand has two gaming modes. Either he's never held a controller before and absolute gaming god, and there's no in between. That's actually kind of true. Like sometimes you'll watch me do something like the first time and I'm like, I've literally no idea what's going on, and then I'll do the second attempt and it's just like everything's executed perfectly.
Happy 23 months, almost 2 years.
I need a second to like figure out. You know what I mean? The Fabe, thank you for the 21 months, dude.
Ready to go, Snake? Are you okay? Snake?
Yeah.
Bye.
Place. So this boss is gonna be super dead. Sad.
I told you you could trust me.
Wait, what?
Snake! Ocelot!
We're not done yet.
You're pretty good.
Too heavy!
I'm watching. Yeah, I am.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Play 4 and 5, yes. It's so like always does the same
Not
thing.
good.
I picked up a few new moves.
I forgot I put food in the microwave.
Huh.
Oh, dude, my jaw's killing me too.
Doesn't feel right to shoot an unarmed man. But I'll get over it.
Eva!
It's so. That was actually sick. That was actually sick.
What do you say to one last showdown?
Yeah, all right.
Mouth didn't move. Dude, I give him makeup for the last cutscene. Is there a break where I can go grab my food? Wait. What? Oh, dude, I have no shot. Oh my gosh, dude.
What's your name?
I looked away for a second.
No, not that name. You're not a snake, and I'm not an ocelot. We're men with names.
Jack.
My name is Adamska. What's yours?
John. Jack? Was it Jack or John? Frick! It's John.
Very well, John.
Frick! I was close.
Plain name. but I won't forget it.
John Souls.
Come on!
Okay, let me go get my food. Chat, I'm gonna go get my food. This is like the one chance I think I have. Crazy Carney, thank you for the 15 months. I'm gonna get my food. I'll be right back. I put it in the microwave and I forgot about it. Snake eater. Clearly left. No, I'm back. I didn't leave. Okay. Chat, I already picked up the gun, okay? Frick. It's not TOS, it's a prop gun. This is the one that we used in the Bruce video. Actually, this is the gun that I used in the soda video too. Actually, this gun gets used in a lot of videos. You're pretty good. Are you liking Metal Gear so far? Dude, I fell in love with this game, dude. I fell in love with this series. Fix your makeup? It doesn't let me. It doesn't let me fix my camo. Real guns aren't TOs either? No. See, it won't let me. There's no option. I need to get the there's like a CO2 that you get for this. So it's like a starter gun, duh. Like, on your marks. Oh. No, not Alec Baldwin. Okay, so I have to pick one.
Pick one up already. Pick one.
Okay, I can't run away.
Have you lost your nerve?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
What are you doing? Pick one up already. Pick one.
Okay, I have no idea.
Have you lost your nerve? What are you doing?
I want to go left,
Pick one up already.
but for no reason.
Pick one.
Or I go
Lost your
right.
nerve.
Because why the hell would I pick left?
you
It's
doing?
a gun. Okay, let's go right. I'm going right, chat. No, wait, what happened? Oh no! Oh no! No! Ow! Frick! Ah, my tooth. Actually, at the same time, I shot.
It's a blank. Oh, that was fun.
Ah, my tooth.
Till we meet again,
What?
John.
I can't go to a dentist. I have COVID. How am I supposed to go to a dentist while I'm...
Give me a hand! Pull! Come on, pull up!
I don't... my wisdom teeth are out.
We made it.
Yeah.
So guys, well, I'm
Sure
doing
did.
okay. Tooth hurts really bad.
What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now. Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them. They're gonna shoot us down. We were so close.
Weapon systems on.
Locked on target. I got towed.
You were great, Eva.
Huh?
Thanks.
Hulk 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman. Hulk 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Hulk 19, do you copy? Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Look! The MiGs, they're turning back! Woo!
Well done, Snake.
The MiG's disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
To meet me?
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley. Don't keep them waiting.
Dude, my tooth is murdering me right now. I like the heat of my food in the microwave. Like just the heat touching it, I think, made it go nuts. It's so bad. Go to the dentist. I have COVID, guys. I have COVID. I have COVID. I have COVID. God help me, please. Why do you guys not understand that I have COVID? Why have I not been hanging out with my friends when I got back from TwitchCon? Like, how unbelievably, like, guys, come on, please. Like, it literally makes me want to, it makes me want to do things I can't say when you guys, I understand not everybody's here for every second of the stream, but it's in the title, I've tweeted about it, I've talked about it nonstop. Some people are new viewers, yeah, but that guy's not. You don't go to a dentist, you wear a mask. Hey, dentist, what do you see? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like it's so it's like actually tilting because it's like COVID itself. I don't even, dude. I feel fine. Like I don't even feel that sick, but outside of the tooth pain. But it's everything else about it blows ass. It's because I can't go hang out with everybody. So, COVID doesn't mean you can't get medical care? Yeah, but I can't go to a dentist. Like, I could go run a marathon right now. I would tap out in the first, 100 yards, but I could go run a marathon. I feel fine. It's just my tooth hurts really bad. And I have COVID, so I can't, you know what I mean? Dentist wear mask? It's not good enough. There's no way I'm going to a dentist. Like, if I'm gonna die, I'll go. But, like, I'm not going... Wait, what's... What? What is happening? How come she never zips herself up?
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal?
No, it's part of the
I don't
mission.
take orders from anyone now.
What is happening? This is weird. Colonel, saved! Saved! No! No! I'm blurring it.
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, snake.
Dude, I love biblical references so much. Maybe it's the paladin in me. Wait, so is Eva Satan?
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all, I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
Wait, what?
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ Section
Wait, what?
of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
Trump?
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, My mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The 2 NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgan, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The
Wait,
Chinese government had its eye on the legacy, too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod.
wait, what?
5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgan couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. But I can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live.
This right here is exactly why I'm very careful with women, chat. Because, you know, you got to be careful. You got to know 100%. You know, there's always a chance they're a secret double
Snake,
agent for
listen to
China
me.
or the KGB.
She didn't betray the United States. No.
And then they'll get access to
Far
my
from it.
OTK password.
She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
R1, I'm ready, I'm ready. I'm R1ing, I'm R1ing.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big,
Big Boss.
You are a true patriot.
Ha! You're pretty good. Wait, is that Siggins? Is that Jerry Jones? The one on the left looked like Jerry Jones.
You know, we could use an infiltration unit like Fox in the Army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy.
The Philosopher's Stone.
And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgin fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss, and that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it, not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive, and she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands.
So it was all planned.
Was a duty she had to fulfill.
She was planning to be killed the whole time.
She turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war
Don't
criminal.
R1? Wait, should I R1 or not? Do I let go?
And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end.
Volt, do I do it or not?
But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not
That's her
as a
gun.
soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
I saw the tear. Damn! October 15, 1960, Khrushchev is ousted from power. China conducts its first successful nuclear attack. 1965, Segan joins ARPA. He takes part in the development of ARPANET, which will go online in 1969. 66, U.S. government conducts a survey. Department of Transportation lays the groundwork for the creation of the EMT system. EVA disappears without trace in Hanoi. 1970, paramedic establishes the nation's first paramedic system in Seattle, Washington. 1970, Major Zero disbands Fox. 1970, the United States accumulates the remainder of the legacy in the U.S. branch of philosophers, changes its name to the Patriots. 1971, carrying on the traditions of Major Zero and his Fox unit, Big Boss establishes Foxhound. 1972, the Les Enfants Terribles project. Oh, damn. The sons of Big Boss are born, which are Solid Snake and Liquid Snake and Solidus. And there are 5 others that were unborn. Damn. And you guys say, I don't pay attention. You guys say, I don't pay attention.
You've got a way.
I do have a question though. What happened to Tatiana? No, I'm just kidding.
Tell you where to go, but they won't know.
Oh, what a game, dude. What a game. Metal Gear Solid 3. Amazing.
They'll tell you what they know.
Amazing. Incredible. Okay. So let's break this down. Let me see if I got this right. Big Boss, no. Boss. Sorrow.
They're picking on you still, but they don't.
Big Boss. Let's see if I can figure this out. Keep watching, I'm going to. Wait, just wait, don't do it yet.
You better wait to fall. They'll tell you where to go, but they won't know.
Okay, so Naked Snake becomes Big Boss. Naked Snake, I'm still not sure he is not her son, or is her son. They had a son, and they call him son of, Volgin calls him son of the boss. But I feel like it would have straight up said it. But she mentions her and Sorrow had a son. Which would mean we either don't know the son yet, or it means that the son is another character that we just... With all the parallels, it makes sense that this is her son. Except for the age gap, maybe? So it'd have to be somebody younger. Okay, let's see post-credits. Amazing game,
yes,
dude.
Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied.
Is this Ocelot?
Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations.
Trump? Future?
Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed. Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands.
Wait, what?
With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived.
So Ocelot?
The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now.
So Eva got a fake?
I'm afraid so.
And Ocelot's actually
Only half
working
the money's
with
made it
America?
back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes.
Which is why he had no problem killing the other
That's
Russians
right.
at the beginning, maybe?
Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too.
Oh, but he's putting that on the boss.
Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Grannon that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday. Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss.
So Eva blew
The
it.
secondary alert has been lifted as well.
And she
the
screwed up the
Soviets
mission.
still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government.
Which is...
Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
Adam and Eva.
Of course, I'm always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.
So... Wait, Ocelot's the good guy? There's so many plot twists! Humans killed, 416 people. Hell yeah, that's right, the shark. So... It's all about Texas stealth, dude. Hold on. So if Ocelot is the good guy... Is... Is it this? Is that the son that she's talking about? Stop asking questions? But this is... frick! I want to talk about this, but then people are going to spoil, I think, because I only know up until the end of this game. Just stop asking. Just play 4? Ah! But then who is the mother? Frick! Didn't they say, am I stupid? Didn't Liquid, wasn't there a conversation where they said there was a surrogate? So couldn't they have had different mothers? Or were they like octuplets? I don't remember. Frick. Kojima, you son of a bitch. Angrily inserts Metal Gear Solid 4. Look at the secret theater extras in the menus. Okay, hold on. Look at that. 416 people killed. Hell yeah. I actually want to learn how to spin this. Wait, so Ocelot's the main character. Scuffed Ocelot. Dude, they call me Rotator Ocelot. Snake Eater is the first Metal Gear. Yeah, I get it. See, this is why all the people saying I should only play Metal Gear Solid 3 are dumbasses. Okay? Because Metal Gear Solid 3, this would have been a good game. It would have been okay. But it makes it so much better whenever you play 1 and then 2 and then 3. In the order that the games were released. Not in chronological order, because none of this stuff would have hit at all. I wouldn't even cared. I would have been like, okay, cool. But it makes it good because the way everything is established in 1 and 2 prior to 3. Like, it is so damn good. Frick. Now, I mean... Is 3 better than 1? I thought 1 was amazing. 1 like made me shit my pants. I still haven't watched them. But I don't know. Maybe 3 is better than 1. But 3 is only better than 1 because of 1, I think. Like if I were to only play one of them standalone on its own, Metal Gear Solid 1 is no question the best. I think. That's what I said too, yeah. And then if I play 4, 4 wraps up all the storylines. And then after 4, I play Peace Walker and then 5. And Revengeance. I know people say Metal Gear Solid 5 story isn't as good, but the gameplay is super fun. I would still play it. It's one of those things like sometimes, dude, you just have to finish the job, right? Sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, even if it's not as good or whatever, it doesn't matter. You just have to finish, right? Metal Gear Solid 5 is the most gamey. Four is like an interactive movie. I mean, that's like everything. New item obtained. Single action army. Patriot. Camera. Green face paint. Brown face paint. National flag face paints. Tuxedo. DVM and Oscam desert camo. Wait, dude, did I just download camo? How many things did I unlock? Metal Gear Rising. Rising is a one-day game, right? What is Metal Gear Rising? Everybody says it's like a meme fest. If it's fun, like, I mean, I'll still play it if it's fun. Oh wait, I had my alerts muted for that whole thing.
Yeah, I got it.
Crazy Carney, thank you for the 15 months. How long have my alerts been?
January. Just got
It's an hour. Okay, we have an hour of alerts to go through. Cruiser, thank you for the 28 months. Johnny
Man
P, thank you.
why you haven't been hanging out with your friends since TwitchCon? Kind of.
Tees and
sus.
Trees, thank you for the 16 months. Gobrins, thank you for the $5. Cruiser, thank you for the 38 months. Kayvon, thank you for the 10
When
months.
the
Thank you,
president is
Kayvon.
shaking
It
hands
was good meeting you at
with
TwitchCon, dude.
Secret R1.
But
Look
you're
towards the window.
so supreme. I give my
There are two types of people in this world.
life for
Number one,
honor.
people who can extrapolate data from missing information. And number two, those are chatters.
True. The Mendes, thank you for the 500 bits.
Or dash some Origel and ibuprofen, have them leave it at your doorstep and ice your jaw where the tooth pain is. Tooth
might.
pain is the worst, sorry you're going through it. Great playthrough, you should check out Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake on the MSX as well, it's on that copy of 3. Big Boss plus Eva equals L'Enfant Terrible, solid, liquid, solidus through clones and genes. /TTSGG, you should check out Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake on MSX. It's also on a copy of MG's 3. 416 holy fuck. EsfandTV. Dude, you've got to play Metal Gear Solid 4. All will be revealed.
Thank you, Cammy, for the 7 months. The Shoe, thank you for the
Hope you're
500
good,
bits.
fam. Or Pain Saj, but codename Jaws Bogu.
Thank you, Shoe. 416. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, that's how many people I killed. Erosion, thank you for the 9 months. Flemin M, thank you for the $5. Harry, thank you for the 9 months. Sun Guy, thank you for the 95 bits. Bloggenheim, thank you for the 9 months. Dude, I'm just like bonus tilted. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't know spoilers? Wait. Okay, so you said Secret Theater. Is it Demo Theater? Is that what you're saying? Special? YouTube has them? Link it to me.
So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most... Yesterday, the white...
Metal Gear 2, Solid Snake. This is Snake. I've reached the infiltration point. Snake, right on time as always. Let's get started. Commencing Operation Intrude FO-14. Let's go over this one more time. Your mission is to infiltrate Zanzibar land and rescue the kidnapped Czech biologist, Dr. Keo Marv. Snake, we've provided you with a new anti-personnel sensor. Try switching it on. Roger. Okay, it's on. The white dots on your radar are enemy soldiers. The red dot is your current position. The radar is equipped with several other types of sensors as well. They should warn you of any unseen dangers. What's the radar's effective range? Take a look at your radar display. It shows a 9-screen area centered on your position. However, it may not work in small, enclosed spaces. Huh? Spaces? Also, if the enemy spots you, he won't be able to use the radar. The enemy will use a jammer to scramble it. Jammer? Got it. Where can I find Dr. Marv? Well, Dr. Marv has a transmitter implanted in one of his molar teeth. When you get close to him, he'll show up as a red dot on your radar. Red dot? Snake, use frequency 140.85 for all future communications with me. Communications? Good luck. Over and out. Luck. I'm not actually gonna play this. I'm just gonna run around for a second. The hell? They just disappear. Why do they disappear? What? The story is good in Metal Gear 2? Wait, really? I feel like this is not one that I would probably play. Like this might be too boomer. Cigarettes. Metal Gear 2 is recapped in Metal Gear Solid 2 anyway? Yeah. Wait, they respawn? Did the MSX not have enough RAM to be able to remember if enemies are alive or dead? Okay, sorry. So you said watch Snake Theater or Secret Theater? Snake Theater.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West.
Wait, didn't we see this?
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
We saw this, didn't we? Wait, what?
Snake, what have you done? You changed the future. You've created a time paradox.
Hold on. Okay. I gotta do commercial break time before we do this. I gotta do a commercial because we're almost down on pre-rolls. I'll pause it and we'll watch it. It's only on the PS2 version. That is funny. Gameplay and graphics aside, the story from GZ and TV is just it's just like a bunch of bloopers and jokes. Good. Yeah, dude, that's one thing I feel like Metal Gear is like it's the perfect combination of like just memes and like gameplay memes, actual like serious like engaging story, like it's very good. It's very, very good. Dude, that is sick. I actually hate revolvers in video games. I despise playing with them. But they're super cool in real life. Wait. Nice. Do you hate Revolver Ocelot? No, I like it. I think Revolver Ocelot's badass. Dude, this is an old G4.
Ladies and gentlemen, please help us welcome a very special guest, a man who knows a thing or two about creating fantasy worlds.
He's one of the most innovative comic book creators of all time, and the father of the Marvel Universe. Give it up for Stan the Man Lee!
Revolver Ocelot has arrived.
That's so funny.
Excelsior! Tonight, we honor the creator of the fantastic Metal Gear franchise, Hideo Kojima!
Legend Award, presented by Jeep.
It is my great pleasure to introduce a creator, an innovator, and an awesome dude. Ladies and gentlemen, the recipient of the Legend Award presented by Jeep, Hideo Kojima!
Hi everyone, I am Hideo Kojima. It is a great honor to receive the Legend Award. My dream as a child was to go to space. My dream as a teenager was to shoot films. As a young man, I have encountered games. Since then, I have been creating games for 18 years. I have turned 40 this past year. My dream right now is keep on creating games until I die. That's what. Thank you. That is why.
Dude, aware.
I am
Dude,
very
aware.
happy, to receive this award. Thank you. Thank you very much.
As a token of Mr. Kojima's gratitude for this award, he's brought something very special to G4ia.
And here it is, a never-before-seen sneak peek at his latest creation, Metal Gear Solid #3.
Wait, what? Why did he get banned? I mean, people were typing that like the whole playthrough. You know what's crazy?
It is a.
Like watching this now, like growing up, I remember seeing stuff like this, like G4 and whatever, because I didn't have G4 on TV. Like, were you guys like me? You had like that rich friend who had like super cable TV, and they had G4. Like you had that one rich friend who had G4, but you didn't have G4 growing up. Yeah, so like we would always go to my rich friend's house, and they would have G4. But it's kind of crazy to me looking at this kind of stuff now and being like, damn, this was so crazy. Like, this was badass.
An innovator.
Like, looking at old G4 and kind of like the hype around like gaming and stuff back like 20 years ago almost, right? 15, 20 years ago. And then I realized, like, wait a second, this is like...
Give it up.
I mean, this is us now. This is like all those years later, like this is us now and like my friends now and like people like. I mean, like Austin's an executive at G4. You know what I mean? Isn't that weird to think about? Yeah, you have Austin, you have Will, you have. I mean, we're friends with all those people now. Like, it's kind of weird, right? Yeah, I've seen this one.
That's major ocelot.
Oh no, this is like a recreation. This isn't like this isn't the actual mocap. Carmen Electra is hotter than you, though. She is not. She's not hotter than me. If you ever say it again, I will ban you in every channel. Isn't it the guy, though? Wait, is it?
Then die.
Damn! Cross pants edge.
This isn't over yet. Looks like the boss's info was right. Avoid the cobras. But you're mine now. They prefer to hunt alone.
I think this is so funny, dude.
Shots.
This is so impressive to me, dude. Like, I wanna know how to do this for literally no reason. There's no reason for me to know how to do this.
found us. You were lucky. We'll meet again. Let's find out just how lucky you are.
I'll look at it in a second, Danny.
What do you say to one last showdown?
That is badass. Okay, Danny, I unbanned you. I unbanned you. How do you look at somebody's ban appeal? Yeah, but how do you look at an individual ban appeal? Like there's not a button that lets me like look at somebody, like it says you can see more in ban appeal view, but there's 500 ban appeals. Like how do I look up somebody's ban appeal by their name? Wait, how long does it take for this game to install? Metal Gear Solid 4. You can't control F, no, because it's like how it works. It's not a control F situation. It's like it only shows like 25 at a time. Mods not doing their job? I don't like mods doing ban appeals. Yeah, Danny, I got you though. Open in mod view, pull the user info, click the button. It takes. Oh, really? Okay. Man, I hate mod view. I swear, like this website sucks ass, man. Bald Panda, thank you for the 17 months. The Meathead, thank you for the 2 months. Monotone, thank you for the 46 months. Lionheart, thank you for the 21 months. Bloggenheim, thank you for the 9 months. How's your teeth? To be honest, it hasn't hurt in like 30 minutes, which is the longest it's gone in a while. So maybe, I have OTK meeting tonight, but I'm not driving there. Like I have COVID, so I can't really go. I'm gonna be on like call with them, so I can go a little bit longer today. I don't know if I want to play Metal Gear Solid 4 right away. Oh wait, I was gonna watch this. That's why I ran the ads in the first place. Let's watch this first.
Snake, what have you done? You changed the future. You've created a time paradox.
We're gonna watch Secret Theater first.
You must be Sokolov. No, don't. I'm a CIA agent. Why are you so nervous?
Right back, 1 second.
What are you? Huh?
Hello, call me Sokolov.
You can't defeat me. That all you've got?
Damn it.
That's a dirty trick.
You coward! Boss! Hold your fire!
Come out, Jack.
You lost it.
It's over.
Snake, what happened? Snake! Snake!
Missed so much. I was watching on the other screen. I was watching.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov
Okay, fine.
comes
I'll
with
watch
me.
again.
What are you? Huh?
Wait, what the hell?
Hello, call me Sokolov.
How many hours till DK meeting? 2.5.
You can't defeat me. That all you've got?
Damn it.
You can't defeat me. That all you've got?
Damn it. Danny, thank you, Danny3, for the 5 gifted. Thank you, man.
That's a dirty trick.
You coward! Boss! Hold your fire!
Come out, Jack.
You lost it.
It's over.
Snake! What happened? Snake! Snake!
Snake! The snake yell is way better in Metal Gear Solid 1 than 3, though. Snake!
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Boss?
What is she after?
Forget it, Snake. Snake.
What are you doing here?
You were thinking about how they taste, weren't you?
I wasn't.
snake. Stop right there.
Even I wouldn't do that.
Don't lie to me. I could tell by the look on your face. You know something?
Dude, she's seething.
Humans are interfering with the ecosystem. It really makes you think about the changing relationship between... You're not even listening, are you?
What?
Don't even think about eating a horse. Got it? Got it?
Yeah.
You're actually going to eat one.
Shut up.
Just don't. In any case, don't tell me you think it sounds
What the hell?
You know, sometimes I wonder if you even remember that you were on a mission.
Will you give it a rest?
Quiet, you.
The one I've got for you is American-made.
Dude, I have a feeling these are gonna be so bad. The evil ones. I love this cutscene, by the way.
45, huh?
The American Psycho analysis of the gun is so funny.
Incredible.
How's that?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen.
Is Machinima? No, this is in the original game.
And the interlock
like,
with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized.
It's a lighter.
Huh? Huh?
Do you like it?
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item.
Huh?
And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
Ocelot never lets his prey escape. Hmm?
What if the game just ended right there?
Damn! Bitch! 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 Bitch!
You missed it?
Got you this time.
It's not over yet! I'm not finished!
How do you explode? This is basically like Metal Gear Rising Vengeance? Really?
Give it up already.
Like it's just a big meme fest?
Get off!
What?
I'm gonna lure it back here. Let's go.
That was a close call.
Dude, there's still 20 minutes of this left. This is like the end of the game. Is it in chronological order?
Ocelot! We're not done yet.
Oh, it's not in order? Oh.
Damn! Yeah!
I love how it's like, I love how these are all like variations of the original cutscenes. It's like, if this was real life, what would actually probably happen in some ways? It's like somebody tries to make that jump. There's no way they're gonna jump just enough. Like the force would just make them fly out the other side. It's actually good. Metal Gear Awesome videos? I'm not. Huh? Director of the CIA.
What are you doing here?
Big boss. Shake my hand, damn it. But he needs a photo of it. Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Okay.
And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology.
Huh?
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Other tooth? Actually, it's doing okay for now.
The name's Eva.
What?
Halt!
Wait.
Damn it.
Don't give up!
Snake's just getting his ass beat and singing the small sins. perfect, dude. Red versus blue vibes? Kind of. Snake getting cucked. Oh no! Oh no. Oh no! Watch crab battle yet? Yeah, it wasn't that funny. He's not dead.
Snake! What's your status? Snake! 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 You can't do that! The future will be changed. You'll create a time paradox.
I hereby award you the title of Big Boss.
Dude, the idea of singing just fucking Snake the whole game is so funny. Oh, this wouldn't have been funny. You know what's funny? I don't think this would have been that funny whenever I was younger. Like, watching this now is funnier.
Go to my room.
Like, in current age. Wait, what?
I have to thank you for waking me.
DeSaro, is that you?
Now let's get started.
Like, pervy old man.
Let's see how you like this.
What are you?
What's the matter?
I know nothing, I swear it. Foolish boy. Take this.
Nice to meet you, Snake. I'm Tatiana.
Eva, you could use a towel.
So could you.
You disappoint me. I'll get you for this. Prepare to die. Your end will soon be upon you. Die. Spirits of the forest. I have no regrets.
You can change your future. Take it into your own hands, Jack.
So what about the past?
Huh?
What should I do about the past? How can I change that?
You want to change the past?
Wow.
It's Raiden.
In order to grasp the future, the past must be. It's that guy. I have to beat him no matter what. And make that chair mine.
Main character. Metal Gear Raiden, Snake Eraser. What a meme, dude. What a meme.
I've discovered that he will be the main character in the next game. I've used a time warp to come back. To wipe out the fool.
It's so good, dude. This is actually so good.
And if Big Boss didn't exist, he would be erased as well.
You've created a time paradox. You can't go changing the future like that.
I think, huh?
You've created a time paradox. Don't mess with the future. You have to understand the future.
I think it's, I don't think they removed it because they wanted to remove it. I think they removed it in the PS3 Legacy version because all the games are on this Legacy version. Like Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, everything's on it. And then the second disc is Metal Gear Solid 4. That's probably why.
Damn it.
One, I think one's on it. But the PS2 version had this.
Huh?
Major, what are you doing here? I've been waiting for you in my room.
Hey, what are you doing?
What a beautiful body you have. Like a newborn baby.
Stop.
You can't do that. The future will be changed. You'll create a time paradox.
No!
Look at this scar.
You seen anyone yet? I'm a dentist. No, I haven't, Doc Harp.
Time paradox.
Where am I?
Time paradox.
Wait, Doc Harp, did you change your name? Did you just have a different name on Twitch?
I come here looking for Tatiana, and what should I find? But a greasy freebooter.
Harp DDS, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
Hello.
I was actually thinking the other day, I was like, I remember, yeah, because you told me before.
Hey, wrong guy!
Harp, will you DM me on Discord? Wrong guy.
You changed the future. You've created a time paradox.
right?
Well. Sorry.
Thanks, Harp.
Here.
Snake! Hop in.
Be careful.
Let's go.
Legendary Big Boss.
Found it. Enemy spotted. Give us
Big Boss's assassination ended in failure. But that doesn't mean I've given up on wiping out Solid Snake. I still have a plan.
It's all part of the plan. Raiden is gonna take over.
Big Boss. I knew I should have killed you.
Jack, you can't meddle with the past. We can only change the future. Take the future into your hands.
The future? But MGS4 is...
There's going to be a 5, right?
Nice. So this was an old teaser. Did you watch any Nick stream this morning? Barely. I was in I had a meeting with somebody from Sony. It's sad if you understand the story of Kojima and Konami. Yeah, I heard. No Hideo? Yeah. Dude, this was way before. Hold on. So did this just predict that this was gonna happen? There's gonna be a 5, right? And then this happens? That's actually crazy. That's so funny, dude. Dude, he trolls with Raiden so hard. It's so funny. I think it's so funny. Because people just hate Raiden so much. Fans didn't like him? Yeah, that's the point. Like, so he keeps trying to like force Raiden back in just to like make people mad. Splinter Cell? I don't know why. I think people, it seems like people hated Raiden. The reason why people hated Raiden so much was because they expected Snake to be the main character in Metal Gear Solid 2, and he wasn't. Like all the promo materials, everything, even the intro of the game, you're playing as Snake, and then all of a sudden you don't see Snake until later on in the game, and he's like a side character. I think that was the main reason. So people were just like kind of felt like debated. But also, Raiden is not as cool of a character as Snake. Like Raiden is kind of like Snake is very like, yeah, huh? Kept you waiting, huh? Like just like the cheesy like 80s 90s action hero, and Raiden was more like, I don't know, like he's kind of like scrawny. He comes off as like, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's like an anime protagonist. And people like people want Sylvester Stallone. They don't want I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good example. They want Sylvester Stallone. They don't want to have who's a good example? Tom Holland. You know? Is Jack the Ripper mode made it better? I don't know what I mean. Raiden was meant to represent the player. When are you gonna start Metal Gear Solid 4? People want Batman, not Robin. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's exactly the same, right? But damn. Chat, Metal Gear Solid 3. What a game, dude. What a game. Overall thoughts on Metal Gear Solid 3. I think that this game was made better. I think that this game was made better by the fact that I had played Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. I think on its own, Metal Gear Solid 1 is probably better than Metal Gear Solid 3. I would say 1, 3, 2. Damn, but 2 is good. But I think having played each one prior, I think playing them in the proper order, the release order, makes it to where I think playing them in the release order makes it to where 3 is actually better than 1 because it kind of unlocks like it's like a big like meta unlock. You know what I'm saying? So I loved it. I think Metal Gear Solid 3 was absolutely phenomenal. This entire series so far is like a 10 out of 10. I mean, this is I have absolutely fallen in love with Metal Gear Solid over the course of the last few weeks. Boomer Month was supposed to kind of come to a head, and it was supposed to end with like I was going to do a trilogy of Metal Gear Solid. People have been asking me to play it for years, and I actually think there's no better way to have been able to end Boomer Month with the Metal Gear Solid series. I'm not going to play all of them at once, right? I will play 5. I know some people are like, oh, 5. I'm going to play 5. Sorry. Like, it's just one of those games that it's about finishing it. I think playing 5 is going to be good. I will probably play Peace Walker. I will play 4. And I will also play Metal Gear Rising. So, yes. I will play those remaining 4 games. I will play 4, Peace Walker, 5, and Rising. And I was originally going to stop with playing 3. But I do have 4 right here at my fingertips. Now, the only thing to figure out is... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording. So, if you guys enjoyed this playthrough, and you guys want to watch it again, if you guys missed parts of it, this is all going to be on my second YouTube channel, EsfandStreams. If you guys are watching this on EsfandStreams, check out my main stream on Twitch, EsfandTV, YouTube, Instagram, Discord, Reddit, Twitch, Twitter, everything is EsfandTV. Chat, say bye, YouTube. Chat, say bye, YouTube.